Hey YouTube people, I just wanted to give you a little bit of guidance here on the spark plug change for 2012 F150 EcoBoost V6. Essentially what you want to do first off to get to your spark plugs is take off your oil cap so you can take off your plastic plenum cover. I'll show you that here in a second. Just take that off and pull it straight up. So the plenum cover, plastic plenum cover is taken off. As you can see here, you have your coil packs right here. You want to take those coil packs off. You can use an 8mm socket. 8mm, I have a little swivel on there as well. Since it's a V6, both sides, you have this little protective cover you need to take off as well. And we'll check out these spark plugs, take them off. So I got all three coil packs off on the passenger side. What I had to do was, right in this little area there was a zip tie. I went ahead and cut that zip tie to give me a little bit more angle for my vacuum hose. I'll zip tie that back once I'm done. My suggestion is probably not to take the coil pack completely off from the actual connector. Just try to pull it out all the way. As you can see, I was pretty successful here. Here I'm using a 5/8 spark plug socket. There's a little rubber grommet in there. Catch the spark plug, easier to pull it up. Have an extension on there as well. I brought myself a swivel for the far back one. See what these look like. The truck currently has 42,500 miles on it. A little bit of a rough idle upon start, a little bit of hesitation on acceleration. They say change them out at 100,000. I'm reading 20,000, 40,000. We'll just do it now. And I also bought myself another air intake filter. I use two different kind of gaps. I check the gap setting with primarily the little round circular gap that you can use. These ones are showing to be gapped at almost 45 thousandths. So with these SP534s, you want to be really careful with the little diode there in the middle. You could probably see it. I went ahead and checked the gap. I tried at 32 thousandths. These said that they shipped in at 35 thousandths, but I can't really get it in there that well. So I went ahead and tried 30 thousandths, and that fits in there pretty good. So it's marginally close for what they recommend for replacement. Now you wanted to make sure when you remove those that the cylinder hole was clean before. Something that I like to use, I use on all the spark plugs before I put them in, is a little bit of anti-seize lubricant. Comes with a little brush. Just dab a little bit on there. Not too much. And once you got a little bit on there, you can just come in here and smear a little bit of that anti-seize on. Essentially what that does is if you go and replace them again down the road to do another little minor tune-up, it'll make it easier to take them out and they won't seize up on you. Some of you guys are using the 5.4 Triton motors. Probably heard about half the spark plug breaking into the cylinder and having to get them extracted out. It's terrible. These ones came out fairly easy. Here's my other plug. I'll do all three. Smear a little bit of that anti-seize on there. Make it look good. before I put the anti-seize on there, I'm checking the gap. I'll check the gap on all of them to see where they're at. If I need to make an adjustment, I'll make the appropriate adjustment. Make sure that it's within spec. But all of these so far have been coming out within their tolerance that they recommend. There's a little bit more anti-seize. Just get that anti-seize, roll it on there. You don't have to coat the whole thing, just a little bit of it. Now I'll go to drop these in. Typically what I'll do is I'll put my spark plug inside of my spark plug socket, and then I'll start it by hand first. I'll just get that first couple threads going until I can't turn it by hand anymore. And that's to ensure that you don't cross thread that head that plug sits in. You want to be mindful of what's going on there. And sometimes with these spark plug sockets, it gets stuck in there and you just have to wiggle it out. Same thing with this middle bank. Now they say torque specs, if I'm not mistaken, is about 13 foot-pounds on the spark plug. I've never had a problem before. I just hand tighten it what I feel is comfortable. You don't want to tighten it too tight. Again, they're damaging the head. I bought this truck used with 24,000 miles on it. It's been a great truck. Love the twin turbo. Just want to hand snug it. Let's see if I can get that socket back out. Alright, let's finish up. I got a different extension that was a little better. Remember, get these all hand tightened first and then get in there and then tighten it down a little with your ratchet. Fairly simple. If it gets a little too tight in there, grab another extension, put it on top. After you're done with that, just come back in. Coil packs inside look good. Everything in the wall here looks good. Line it back up. Put your 8mm bolt back on. Once that's on, everything's fingers tight, then you want to just come in and snug these back down. Hand tighten, not too tight. On older vehicles or vehicles with spark plugs wires, I'd probably put dielectric grease in the spark plug The spark plug wire boot. These ones I won't. I didn't see that they were cracked. They look pretty good shape. And the passenger side's done. Time for the driver's side. This little rubber boot here, all you gotta do is just take that off. You can put it to the side. You have access to your 3 coil packs again. That zip tie that I cut off earlier on the passenger side, I went ahead and put that back on. And then we'll just go and take these off again. Same thing, 8mm socket. So driver's side, a little bit more trickier. You have two wires that are going to be in your way. One is for your little vent valve here. You can see there's this little gray pin. You want to just kind of bring that forward, and then it should come up fairly easy to get it out of the way. Be careful not to break anything. It'll rotate. You don't want to go and have to spend more money on a part that you can make sure it doesn't break. That one comes out, and back here you just have this little wire. You can pinch this to take it off. There's a little clip underneath. Pinch that off, pull it, bring it to the side, and then pull the coil pack up, and then take your plugs out. Here's the other 3 plugs from the driver's side. Take a look at what these gaps are being set at. After use, again, 45, 0.045, 0.045, 0.045. Now, I don't like to use this round one, like I said, with the new plugs. As you can see, Motorcraft. I got the Motorcraft here, SP534. Here's what they look like new, brand new. Just come in here, check it with the feeler gauge. Those are at 30 thousandths. 30. And then 30. Everything's coming in pretty good. I'll just show you that little diode again if it'll capture here. Little diode there in the middle. You want to be really, there we go. You want to be really careful with that little thing. Again, come back, put some anti-seize on there, get a little bit on there, roll it around. And again, that just keeps your plug from seizing into your cylinder. So just like the passenger side, here's the driver's side. Starting by hand. I have air tools, but I would never use air tools on a situation like this. That one's snug. I'll come and get this one snug. This is fairly easy. You don't have to get all crazy setting this into the cylinder again. Just snug. Once you got that driver's side done, don't forget to put in coil packs again. It's kind of hard to get these mixed up. Once you got that in, don't forget about your little connector here. And this one back here. After I took off that top plastic plenum cover, I put the oil cap back on. Make sure nothing blows inside there. Okay, get everything nice and snug by hand. And then we'll come in and tighten up our 8mm bolts. Just a couple foot-pounds by feel. You don't want to crack that.
I'll make sure I got that one there.
Once you got everything snugged down, you put your little rubber cover back over that. Looks like that wire went through there. Set it back into place. Now before I put my cover back on, I'll just come over here and start it up, see how it sounds. There's 42,000, you got 42,500. Before I was getting about 14.6, 15 miles to the gallon. We'll see how this does. Feels like it's trying to relearn itself. And that's how you got it. That's it. Got my engine intake. I tow with it. 29.5 foot camper, so I put some overload springs by Hellwig. It worked out great. Also have the Anderson anti-sway. Installed a reverse camera as well. 2012 F150 XLT EcoBoost. How to change your spark plugs? Give it a shot. So I went ahead and took it around the block. I noticed that there was better throttle response. Felt like a little bit more horsepower. I'll change out my air filter next time I do my oil change, which is in a couple thousand miles. But the biggest thing is I started to feel decreasing my fuel economy. I need new tires. That's coming up as well. These come with the P-rated tires. Since I'm towing my 29.5 foot camper, I'll probably end up going with the low D rating 10 ply. Yokohama just came out with a nice set. I'll end up getting those. The other thing that I'm going to do once I get tires is I'll end up replacing all the shocks. Get some new KYBs under there. Anyway, thanks for watching.